In the heart of the Austrian Alps lies one of the most iconic mountain roads in Europe. This 48-kilometer route winds through the majestic Hohe Tauern Mountains, linking the provinces of Salzburg and Carinthia. In this video, I'll take you along this breathtaking road and show you everything there is to see and experience. With its countless hairpin bends, glaciers, hiking trails, and sweeping panoramic views, this is a place you simply have to visit. Welcome to the Grossglockner Hochalpenstrasse. I start the route in the village of Bruck an der Großglocknerstraße, which marks the northern starting point of the famous road. This charming village was formerly known as Bruck im Pinzgau, but changed its name to emphasize its touristic and geographical significance. It has a centuries-old history as a key transit point between north and south through the Alps. Near the bridge over the Salzach River, you'll find the first kilometer stone of the route, which is marked with the number 0, indicating the official starting point. The first 13 kilometers take you through the valley, with the stunning mountain peaks gradually drawing closer. Just before the toll booths and the start of the hairpin bends, you'll come across the impressive Walcherfall, a series of waterfalls with a total drop of over 500 meters, making it one of the highest in all of Austria. In about 2 hours, you can hike alongside the waterfall, with some parts of the trail even allowing you to walk behind the cascading water. After passing through the toll booths, the climb begins, and the scenery only becomes more spectacular. Driving this road, you can't help but marvel at the sheer effort it must have taken to build it. The construction began in 1930, during the height of the global economic crisis, when the Austrian government was seeking large-scale infrastructure projects to boost the economy and provide jobs. But the idea for the road had existed for decades, as there was no direct connection between Carinthia and Salzburg. For 5 years, more than 3,000 workers labored daily under harsh conditions at high altitudes and in extreme cold. On August 3, 1935, the route was officially completed, and the very next day, it was celebrated in style with the first ever Großglockner Grand Prix for cars and motorcycles. After a short stop at the Alpine Visitor Center, it's time for one of the literal and figurative high points of the route, the Edelweissspitze. This is the highest point of the road accessible by car and offers a panoramic view that's truly unique, even by Austrian standards. The summit stands at 2,571 meters above sea level and is reached via a narrow winding road. From the viewing platform, you can see more than 30 peaks over 3,000 meters high on a clear day, including Austria's tallest mountain, which we'll visit later on. At the top, you'll find a traditional mountain hut, a parking area, a small shop, and of course, breathtaking views in every direction. Although the rest of the route is now fully paved, the road leading to this summit still retains its original Alpine character, with traditional cobblestone paving, the standard for mountain roads at the time it was built. Not far from the Edelweissspitze, you'll find the Fuschertörl, one of the most important construction sites during the building of the road. It was here that the northern and southern sections of the route were symbolically joined, as teams worked toward each other from both sides of the mountain. Alongside the road, a small tower was built as a memorial, dedicated to the workers who lost their lives during the construction of the High Alpine Road. I continue my journey and arrive at the highest point of the route, the Hochtor, which also marks the border between the provinces of Salzburg and Carinthia. While the road itself passes through a tunnel here, I take a short hike uphill to enjoy the view from above. At the summit, the flags waving in the wind clearly mark the divide between the two regions. After covering a total of 40 kilometers, I take the dead-end side route of the Panoramic road to the Kaiser-Franz-Josefs-Höhe, and soon after, the imposing Großglockner appears. The route to the endpoint is truly breathtaking. The endpoint is named after the Emperor of Austria, who came here to hike with his wife Sisi in 1856. They stood at exactly this spot and were deeply impressed by the view. And I too am struck by the scenery, although it must have looked very different about 150 years ago when the glacier was many times larger. There is plenty to do at this spot. I start with the visitor center, which houses exhibitions about the glacier, the Hohe Tauern National Park, and the Panoramic road itself. It offers a fascinating insight into the history of the area, and even the Grand Prix is not forgotten. Another unique experience here is walking the Gamsgrubenweg trail, which starts at the visitor center. The route begins in a tunnel, followed by 5 more tunnels ranging from 20 to 100 meters in length. They were built to ensure the trail runs safely along the steep cliffs, so hikers don't have to descend to lower, more dangerous areas. Walking through the tunnels is an adventure in itself, especially when you emerge and are greeted by a stunning view. At the end of the last tunnel, the path continues, but is only recommended for experienced mountaineers due to safety reasons. I walk about 4.5 kilometers along the trail, which offers spectacular views of this breathtaking environment. The area is part of Austria's largest national park, covering more than 1,800 square kilometers. Established in the 1980s, it's characterized by a diverse landscape of glaciers, waterfalls, forests, and rocky peaks. Here, you'll also find Austria's highest mountain. The Grossglockner, standing at almost 3,800 meters, is the iconic symbol of the park. From the visitor center and the trail I follow, you get the best views of this massive peak, which is also the 3rd highest mountain in the entire Alpine range. Because the visitor center can get quite busy, this trail and its surroundings offer the perfect spot to enjoy the landscape in peace and quiet. I make a last short climb to the observation platform, which opened in 1998. This glass structure was donated by the Swarovski family and is designed to resemble a mountain crystal. From here, the views of the glacier and the mountains are stunning, and with telescopes you can explore the surroundings and spot wildlife even more closely. I leave the glacier behind and begin the descent into the valley, which also marks the end of the Panoramic route. The road leads to the picturesque village of Heiligenblut, nestled at the foot of the Großglockner. Situated at nearly 1,300 meters above sea level, this charming village boasts a rich history dating back to the Middle Ages. The village church, set against the backdrop of the mountain, is an iconic image and one of the most photographed spots in the entire Alps. The name Heiligenblut means holy blood and refers to a relic said to be kept in this church. The origins of the site trace back to 1271, when a chapel was first established here. The current Gothic church was built between 1460 and 1491. Its interior is richly decorated, and the crypt beneath the church contains the tomb of Briccius, a Danish knight who is believed to have brought the holy blood to this place. It's a beautiful, small village that you definitely shouldn't miss when traveling along this stunning panoramic road. Just south of the village, I make one final stop at the spectacular Jungfernsprung Waterfall. The water plunges approximately 130 meters, creating a truly impressive sight. Around this waterfall, there is a local legend about a young woman who, trying to escape a desperate situation, jumped off the cliff. With the thunderous roar of the water behind me, I've reached the end of this magnificent panoramic journey along the Grossglockner Hochalpenstrasse that definitely deserves a full day to take in its breathtaking views, towering mountains, and unforgettable moments. I hope you've enjoyed this legendary Alpine route. If you did, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel so you won't miss the next part of my journey through the Alps. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.